Stop selling and start to become a consultant instead. Nobody wants to buy your personal training, nor do you want to sit there trying to be all salesy selling your personal training. People want to sit there, they want to feel comfortable. People want to feel as though they make an informed decision, so when they make the investment, they feel good about it. They don't feel as though somebody's hoodwinked them, and when they go home, they have second thoughts and they ring up and they cancel the sessions with you. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 techniques that you can use within your face-to-face consultation that I used to use when I was face-to-face with clients, that helped me to sign clients for anywhere between 3 and 12 months plus. Let's dive into what those 3 steps are right now. And before I dive into them, this is all based on what I used to do, which was sell a signature offer program aimed at busy professional women over the age of 40 who are looking to lose anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds plus. If you don't have a signature offer yet to be able to implement these 3 steps I'm going to be sharing with you, then simply comment the word below growth and I'll send you a link so you can get access to my client growth engine blueprint. So let's dive into what the first step is. Well, the first step is what I call talking about the journey when you're having this face-to-face consultation. And all of these steps need to be shown visually, not just described verbally either. So what is the journey? That's just really listening to the client and hearing where they've come from to get to this particular point. Now, you can map this out so it doesn't become a long-winded conversation. And the way that I used to do it is just simply say, how long have you been thinking about losing weight? And typical answers would range from, months, years, to literally decades. I had one client, her name was Christine. It'd taken her 6 years to get to the point where she would actually sit in front of somebody to talk about a weight loss. Not 6 years of not thinking about it, but 6 years to pluck up the courage to actually sit in front of somebody to talk about a weight loss. So me just recognizing that this was normal and that it wasn't wasted time, already they've got a quick win. They're thinking, okay, I'm sat here, it's taken me 6 years or 6 months or whatever period of time it is. I'm going to say, look, you've done well. You've actually got here now. All of that time is not wasted. It's led you to this point. So immediately they're feeling good about the fact they're sat there. This isn't a trick. It's not a con. It's just identifying and appreciating and being empathetic to the challenges they've had to get there. Once you've established that, what you then need to do, and what I did was I would lay out the journey in incremental 6-week steps. I'm not going to go through all the steps today because it'll make this video way too long, but the first 6 weeks of my journey with my clients would be putting the foundational steps in place. So working on mindset, working on diet, working on exercise, not at a high level, but working at a low level, just doing the foundational stuff. And just using that language and showing them that on a flip chart, it just started to make this idea of losing 30, 50 pounds or more a little bit more doable, breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. And my incremental steps would go from the foundation right the way through to week 52 mastery, so they can now see this visual process of where they'll be going on their journey. It makes it more doable. Yes, they might think, yeah, 52 weeks is a long time, but okay, this guy's mapped it out for me. What are you doing? You're positioning yourself as a consultant. You've thought about what it is they're going through, and you'd come up with what you think your increments are. And again, if you're not sure of what those are, just simply again just comment the word below growth. I'll send you some training. The second thing you're going to do is a very simple one, and that's just to be very practical and just say, okay, if you want to lose 60 pounds, base that on losing anywhere between 1 and 2 pounds per week. It's going to take you this long to lose 60 pounds. That's very easy. They're not going to debate that. They're not going to argue that. What they'll do is they'll start to work out in their own heads how much weight they think they can lose on a weekly basis. So they'll do their own maths. So they've now got the journey and they've now got the maths combined together. The third thing that you can do, and this really is and was for me a big game changer, because this third step, they will absolutely categorically sell themselves on your program. Even if they need to lose just 20 pounds and they could do that in, let's say, 3 months, this is where people can potentially sell themselves on 6 months to 12 months. What's the third step? What's the thing you need to include? It's called the weight loss calendar. What's the weight loss calendar? I simply say to the clients, okay, look, you're going to have coming up over the next 12 months the following events: Christmas, Easter, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. All of those events are going to appear on your calendar, and guess what? When they do appear, there's going to be a gathering of people, and when we gather a lot of people together, what do they typically do? They eat and they drink. Those are the things that in the past you've struggled with. That's why you're sat in front of me now. I wouldn't say it quite like this, but I'm just making the point for you. Those are the things that have caused you to gain the weight. You've not been able to manage your way through those situations. You've allowed yourself to slip off the rails, go down this eating path, and maybe you've stayed off the rails for several months before getting back on track. We can identify what those things are. They're going to come up, and I can actually coach you through those things if you'd like me to. So what have you done? Let's just recap. You've done the journey, you've identified where they've come from, you've mapped out the path that they'll be taking based on your high ticket signature program. You've shown them the maths in terms of how long it would take to lose the weight they're currently carrying over a number of weeks and months. And third, you've shown this weight loss calendar that is factually correct because they know these events are going to come up in their life. They also know they don't want to be losing the weight and then putting it all back on again. So that's where they'll probably go, you know what, yep, I'm signing up for 3, 6 or 12 months on your program. And again, if you don't have a high ticket program, just comment below the word growth and I'll send you that link so you can start accessing some training starting today, so you can start to implement these 3 techniques starting as soon as possible.